All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Michigan. Justin Swafford, Patrick Pieper have the front row. Clay Kirchenbauer, Jacob Morgan on the second. DJ the Iceman Kenner and Blakey Poo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo on the third row. Kirk Marble, Richie Joplin on the fourth row. Mike Brown and Colby Watch Me Whipple, Watch Me Nay Nay round out the top 10. Aaron Brill, a.k.a. Duke, starting in 11th, next to Tyler Ott in 12th. Dustin Slover in 13th, Cody Kennedy in 14th, Brian Hewitt in 15th, and that guy, Ryan McDaniel, starting back in 16th, looking to get the win at his home track tonight. Actually, an abnormally small field for this track here tonight. Surprisingly, only 16 drivers here. And looks like Swafford is blaming Canada tonight with that South Park car. Looks like there might be a problem on pit road. The 22 of Mike Brown. Oh, he is rolling now. Looked like he might have had problems getting the car fired. Everybody out on track, let us know who you're cheering for. And let us know your prediction. Can Ryan McDaniel get the win at his home track in the, we get it, Ryan, we know you're from Michigan, 250 here tonight. Honestly, we have been waiting for this race all season long since it was announced. Yeah, just so we can make Ryan McDaniel jokes all night. I had a really good one about a week and a half ago that we were going to use when we interviewed him. I completely forgot it. I can't find the note. So, if I remember it mid-race, we will bust that note out. Pace car is in. Justin Swafford leads him down. And green flag is in the air. We are down and away at Michigan. Oh, Richie Joplin feeling gutsy tonight. Said I could pull him in at any point for an interview. Jacob Morgan way up by the wall here in the early going. Now, we did have BRR here last Sunday, actually. And one of the problems they had was trying to make a pass down on the bottom. The high line tends to be the place to be. However, in talking to the drivers coming into tonight, clean air is all that matters. That car is on rails even across the entire fuel run as long as it has clean air. However, in the draft, it gets some aero push as Mike Brown and Colby Whipple just demonstrated. Hey, good evening, Tina. Swafford still out front. DJ the Iceman Kenner moving to second. Pieper fighting back on the high side. Blake Viken and Jacob Morgan battling for fifth. Kirk Marble up there in seventh. Dustin Slover now 3 spots into the top 10. And thank you so much for the stars, Tina. And we will be watching closely Ryan McDaniel here tonight. The race is named after him. He has to get a win tonight. DJ Kenner set the fastest lap last time by. Jacob Morgan now almost on the apron here. Dustin Slover continuing to move forward now at 5 spots into 8. So, to answer Tina's question, why it got named after him, I don't know the whole story behind this. I do know that the We Get It Run, We Know You're From Michigan 250 has been the name of the race for over 2 months now. And according to Colby Whipple, he talks about being from Michigan a lot. DJ Kenner goes to the lead. Blakey Poo, Snickerdoodle Boo Boo on the bottom on the attack. Tire wear is going to be huge here tonight. The last 2 times these drivers have been to Michigan, the race has only had 1 caution. 1 caution over the course of 125 laps, and they limited the fuel load tonight more than usual, so they will need at least 3, probably 4 stops, as the fuel window is about 28 to 30 laps. Robert Winger, as always, cheering on Blakey Poo, because Root isn't here. Patrick Pieper just got squeezed out of the middle. DJ Kenner out front. He is one of the top picks for tonight. He won the trucks here last season and has won in the Xfinity cars as well. And I have seen him win here in other leagues in Xfinity and Cup. So he is definitely a top contender when you go to Michigan. How you doing, Robert? Dustin Slover has slipped back into 10th for the moment. Up 3 spots still, just not the attack we were seeing earlier. Gotta be careful. We've got cars off track. Caution. First caution of the night, lap 8. Patrick Pieper and Jacob Morgan both involved. Let's see what happened. Pieper on the bottom, Morgan on the top, off out of turn 4, down the front. Oh, Jacob comes down, didn't realize how close Pieper was. And both of them pull back. Oh! Both of them actually survived. Great save by both drivers. Will we see any drivers hit pit road this time to top off on fuel? They do have a tire. Yeah, everybody's coming in. Now the question is, do we see tire stops? They only have 5 total sets of tires for tonight. The Iceman hits his pit stall, everybody else pulling in. And I do not see anybody up for tires. Looks like mostly fuel only here. Richie Joplin, the only driver to stay out. Definitely going to be an interesting strategy for Richie, as tire wear was huge during practice. Over the course of a run, some drivers down 50% tire wear in just 25 laps. Oh, Richie is coming in to top off on fuel now. Well, great job, Robert. I've only had to use my first aid training like once in my life, but I at least got to ride in the ambulance with the guy, so I knew. Hopefully you just saved a life, buddy. Tina, indeed, he is that guy again, and that guy is now up into the top 10. DJ Kenner and Justin Swafford have the front row. Blakey Pooh and Tyler Ott on the second row. Clay Kirchmeier, Colby Whipple on the third row. That guy, Cody Kennedy, the Duke, and Jacob Morgan rounding out the top 10. What do you say, since there's a possibility we don't see any more cautions, what do you say we crank it up on the restart? Let's hear all that horsepower. Pace car is in. As soon as they go green, I'll stop talking. You guys enjoy the noise. They're in the zone and green flag is in the air. Crank it up, everybody. Everybody back under green and single file in the top 5 or 6 cars. Does appear that some of these drivers did actually take tires. Hey, good evening, Russell. Blake Viken appears to have taken tires, as did Clay Kirchenbauer. Colby Whipple also took tires. Jacob Morgan, Patrick Pieper also taking tires after their spin. Tyler Ott, Mike Brown, Brian Hewitt all took tires. And it looks like Kirk Marble and Dustin Slover both on pit road for an extended period of time. Tina, that is the $1 million question. He said, Pudge did say he was going to come back and be racing. He said he'd be racing this season, just not full time. Still a lot of races left. Hopefully, he makes a triumphant return. Tyler Ott now up into second place after starting back in 12th. Blakey Poo on fresh tires, though, starting to pull away from the pack. Patrick Pieper, Jacob Morgan have fought their way back toward the front. Jacob in 7th, Pieper in 8th, and here we go through 3 and 4. Pieper on the bottom, Jacob on the top. Looks like they're giving each other a little bit more space this time. Tyler Ott also on the attack, up 3 spots into 8th. That guy has dropped back to 14th, still up 2 spots from where he started. And Richie Joplin is out of the race already. No idea what happened to Richie. He was on pit road. Hey, good evening, David. How you doing, buddy? Patrick Pieper cleared Jacob, now into 5th. Ryan Warp cheering on our leader, Blakey Poo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo, who is extending his lead on those fresh tires. Blake has led here at Michigan in every past race in Michigan, including in the Retro Truck Series, when he led 35 laps before being caught up in an incident. It's funny you should mention, David, it's funny you should mention Clay. We were talking about it during pre-race. He has a history of success here. He has led laps almost every time he has been here. Multiple second place finishes here. Has never won at Michigan. A win tonight would definitely be huge for Clay. Hey, good evening, Steve. Robert, that is a distinct possibility. Oh, Richie Joplin had got a call, had to go to work. Sorry to hear that, Richie. Blake continuing to pull away. We'll have a 3-car battle for second. Clay Kirchenbauer, Colby Whipple, Tyler Ott, all right there. Patrick Pieper, Aaron Brill, Jacob Morgan, Kirk Marble, all trying to reel them in. Mike Brown also still back there lurking. Our early leader, DJ Kenner, and pole sitter Justin Swafford, now back to 10th and 11th. Three-car battle going for second. We've got a blinker. Looks like Aaron Brill may be having connection problems. Kirk Marble, Jacob Morgan, nose to tail. Mike Brown right behind. DJ the Iceman Kenner back in 10th. And a lot of these cars that hit pit road on lap 8 that did not take tires, you're starting to see those fresh tires moving forward, gapping the old tires field. The top three all on fresh tires. Tyler Ott took fuel. No, he may have taken right side tires. Patrick Pieper on fresh tires, as is Aaron Brill. Kirk Marble, Jacob Morgan, Mike Brown, all on pit road an extended amount of time, likely for repairs. We saw Morgan and Pieper have a little contact there. Mike Brown making a move to the high side. And Clay Kirchenbauer has run down Blakey Poo. He is going for the lead. He will clear into the lead. Clay Kirchenbauer will lead at the line for the first time tonight, getting a couple of bonus points and extending his points lead. No newbie tonight, Ryan. Clay to the lead and already opening up a half-second lead on Whipple. Tyler Ott hanging on with these guys. What? Based on the time he was in the pits, I don't think he took right side tires. If he did, that was a very, very quick two-tire stop. Tyler Ott, though, still up 9 spots into third. Blake in fourth. Pieper in fifth. Aaron Brill back in seventh, up 4 spots. Cody Kennedy now up to 12th. Brian Ewan in 13th. That guy back in 14th. Dustin Slover in 15th, and Richie Joplin out of the race early. And Tyler Ott is fighting back on the bottom to take second place. We mentioned it earlier, it is difficult to make a move down to the bottom here. That's why you'll see these drivers protect that high line through the turns. That high line is generally the best place to be. Oh! Close call, Whipple. Kirk Marble finding a line down to the bottom. Whipple and Ott almost had a problem. Clay Kirchenbauer looking in his mirror, seeing this battling. He's got to be loving it. The drivers did say with the setup here tonight, the car was on rails and clean air, but in the draft, they may struggle a bit. Especially on old tires in the draft, the car has a tendency to aero push, and aero loose was also a problem tonight. But not dramatically enough. You could get a car loose enough to get by, but not loose enough to get them into the wall or spinning. And if you were here last night when XCal was at the sister track to Michigan Auto Club, you saw last night that XCal is now at some of these tracks no pit road speed limit. I did suggest that to Whipple tonight. Hopefully he'll implement that. At least at 1 or 2 races. That'd be a lot of fun. We got to see street stocks doing 150 miles an hour down pit road last night. Can you imagine these Xfinity cars doing 170 plus down pit road? Kirk Marble is reeling in Clay Kirchenbauer. Tyler Ott still holding on to third. Colby Whipple in fourth. Patrick Pieper, Blake Veakin, Aaron Brill, Jacob Morgan, Mike Brown, Justin Swafford, all still part of this lead pack. DJ Kenner closing in with Cody Kennedy. Brian Hewitt just behind those two. Ryan McDaniel has lost a lot of ground here in the early going. Robert, that would be interesting, but it borders on sadistic, a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit. And now I've got to look into that to see if I can set it up for one of my Friday night chaos races. Pit window is 28 to 30 laps on a tank of fuel. Everybody topped off at lap 8. So looking at pit stops in the next 4 to 6 laps for everybody. Mike Brown starting to have some connection problems. That has doubly the effect at a track like this, having the car in front of you blinking, because you don't know where that car will reappear at if it does, and doubly the fact that if the car is not showing up, iRacing does not read its physics, and therefore, if you're drafting somebody, they disappear, you lose that draft benefit. Clay Kirchenbauer, Kirk Marble have pulled away to 1 second ahead of Tyler Ott, Patrick Pieper, Aaron Brill, Colby Whipple, Jacob Morgan, and Blakey Poo. Mike Brown, Justin Swafford not far behind with DJ Kenner and Cody Kennedy right there with them. And if you missed out on the race Sunday morning GT3 NSS, you might want to go to YouTube, go to the NSS playlist, and look at the shorts. Both Cody Kennedy and Kirk Marble attempted to fly a BMW. Now I take that back. Kirk Marble flew a BMW. Cody Kennedy just drifted a BMW. Could start seeing drivers on pit road this time by. Kirchenbauer and Marble continuing to open up the gap, now 1.6 seconds. And we've got a couple of them headed in. Colby Whipple, Blakey Poo, both on pit road. Expecting 4 tires and fuel for this pit stop. Ryan McDaniel also on pit road. Noah Clay, he has stretched that fuel to the limit. No, he is coming in. Kirk is staying out. Kirk Kirk Marble will take the lead for the first time tonight. Clay Kirchenbauer on pit road. Colby Whipple on his way back out. Dustin Slover also coming to pit road. And here comes Kirk Marble onto pit road. Aaron Brill also coming in. Cody Kennedy is in. Mike Brown is in. Brian Hewitt on pit. Oh, Brian Hewitt has a problem getting onto pit road. Likely just damaged the left side of that car. Patrick Pieper now has the lead once again. Tyler Ott holding on to second. Jacob Morgan in third. Ott was slowing down. Tyler Ott, Patrick Pieper, Jacob Morgan, Justin Swafford, DJ Kenner, all on pit road. Kirk Marble on his way back out. Clay Kirchenbauer out on track. He came out a lap earlier up to full song. Headed down into turn 3, is closing the gap back down on Kirk. We'll take a look, see where everybody is here in just a moment once pit stops have completely cycled through. Brian Hewitt, the only driver to spend an extended amount of time on pit road, likely getting repairs to the left side of that car. Some of the drivers were able to extend their fuel run to 30 laps. That could make a huge difference late in this one, getting that couple of extra laps in. Could see a situation where a driver needs some track position, hits pit road, doesn't have to take a full fuel load, could take right sides only. DJ Kenner is back on pit road. Did he get a penalty or did he get damage? Don't see any damage to the car. Everybody cycles back around, and other than DJ Kenner, everybody is off pit road with Kirk Marble in the lead. Clay Kirchenbauer a second behind and closing. Colby Whipple currently sits in third. Blakey Pooch Snickerdoodle Boo Boo right back there in fourth with Pieper in fifth. The Iceman rolls back out on track. Tyler Ott currently running in sixth. Cody Kennedy in seventh. Battling with Justin Swafford in eighth. Jacob Morgan back in ninth. Mike Brown in 10th. Aaron Brill sitting in 11th. Up to 12th now is Ryan. Dustin Slover in 13th. Brian Hewitt now in 14th. Hewitt lost a lot of ground with that problem on pit road. DJ Kenner also apparently served a penalty. He is now back in 15th. Richie Joplin out of the race. Clay continuing to close in on Kirk. Remember, as we mentioned, Clay has a lot of podium finishes here at Michigan, but never a win. Colby Whipple in third, losing ground on the top two. Blakey Poo in fourth. As Patrick Pieper coming and the Iceman right behind him. DJ likely has the freshest tires on the track at the moment. Will it be enough to race back and get one of his laps back? You know DJ is wanting a caution here. Brian Hewitt as well for an opportunity to get back to the lead lap, but historically, we only see one caution per race with Nowski here at Michigan, and we have already had one caution. Mike Brown currently holding on to 10th, trying to close the gap on Morgan. Morgan and Pieper were both charging early on in the race until they had that incident bringing out the first caution. Pieper has managed to pull back up into fourth place. Jacob Morgan back in ninth, but Jacob is closing in on Cody Kennedy. Our pole sitter led a couple of laps here early, but has continued to lose ground ever since. Swofsky now back in seventh. Tyler Ott, a really impressive run. Two-tire stop under the first caution. Got him the track position. He held on. After pit stops, he's still up 6 spots into 6th. Biggest mover of the night so far, though. Watch him Whipple, watch him Nene. Colby Whipple now up to 3rd. DJ Kenner has gotten past a lot. He is running down 2nd place Clay Kirchenbauer at the moment. Might be able to fight back, get one of his laps back the old-fashioned way. If he does, could put himself in position for a lucky dog if a caution comes out. Clay Kirchenbauer was gaining ground on Kirk Marble, but that gap at the moment holding at about 1 second. Kirk's lead still holding about 1.1 second over Clay. The Iceman on those freshest tires is running both of them down. Clay could utilize that car for a little draft help to pull him up to Kirk. Patrick Pieper is now moved up into 3rd back and forth. Tyler Ott, Blake Veek, and Justin Swafford all closing in. Cody Kennedy losing a little bit of ground to this group. Jacob Morgan is closing in. Clay Kirchenbauer didn't need any help last time by. He gained a quarter second. Now just 3/4 of a second behind the leader. And DJ Kenner is still running him down. Patrick Pieper at the moment not gaining any ground on the top two. Colby Whipple, though, in fourth as Tyler Ott closing in rapidly. The gap now 1.2 seconds. Swafford now to sixth. Blake hanging on in seventh. Cody Kennedy in eighth is closing in on them as well. For a hometown race named after him, Ryan McDaniel is struggling here tonight. Back in 13th, hanging on to the back bumper of 12th place, Dustin Slover. Tyler Ott continuing to close the gap now on Colby Whipple, 9/10 of a second back. Cody Kennedy has caught up to Blake. Jacob Morgan is closing in now as well. Aaron Brill also closing in, bringing Mike Brown with him. Tina, I kind of have to agree with you. He does, Ryan does tend to like that 13. How many times over the last two seasons have we seen him qualify in 13? Clay Kirchenbauer was gaining on Kirk, but is now falling back to a second. The Iceman cometh. He wants his lap back. This may be Clay's best opportunity. A bit heartbreaking to see DJ having some problems. A previous winner here, both in trucks and Xfinity. You can tell Clay is a dirt tracker. He's using every inch of the track coming out of four. Patrick Pieper obviously lost some ground. Colby Whipple is now back to third. Tyler Ott, Justin Swafford are there. Cody Kennedy, everybody is coming. It appears Pieper may have used up his tires too early in the run. He seems to be struggling and slowing down here. Kirk Marble still out front by about 1.1 seconds. And folks, don't forget to check out the pinned post on Facebook. We do have that big MS fundraiser for 2024 going on. Waiting on an email back with some final information from iRacing. We are going to have some big giveaways this year to help us hit that goal. Whipple, Ott, Swafford, Pieper, all right there together. Cody Kennedy still closing in. About 1.3 seconds back, closing rapidly. Jacob Morgan and Blake Viken losing a little bit of ground here. Viken has slipped back to 9th. Aaron Brill currently runs in 10th. Good evening, Chance. Nothing to my knowledge about being from Michigan. Apparently Ryan talks about it a lot. And since McDaniel's Home Repair is the series sponsor, I guess he gets to have his name on the race. The battle is still on from third on back. Swafford in third, Whipple in fourth, Ott in fifth. Pieper is coming in. This is way early. Cody Kennedy now to sixth, just behind. Jacob Morgan was running him down, is now back in seventh, about 1.3 seconds back. Dustin Slover has also come in early. Colby Whipple is on his way down pit road. I guess this is not off cycle. This is about, for some of them, right at the 26 lap mark. Well, it's nice you can point at a logo and know where you're at. Clay Kirchenbauer is in. Kirk Marble staying out. Justin Swafford staying out. Tyler Ott is out. Cody Kennedy and Jacob Morgan all stay out for the moment. And the leader, Kirk Marble, is coming in. Colby Whipple just came off pit road. Cody Kennedy now on pit road. Justin Swafford to the lead. Aaron Brill and Blakey Poo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo on pit road along with Jacob Morgan. Kirk Marble now on his way back out. This is where we saw Kirk take the lead. After that first stop, Clay Kirchenbauer up to speed, having stopped a lap earlier. Will he be able to gain any ground? Kirk pulls out. Clay still at full speed. Kirk still coming up to speed. Clay right at 2 seconds behind and closing. Swafford and Tyler Ott both waited till the end of the pit cycle, came in on lap 38 last time. They are extending this fuel run as far as possible. Mike Brown on pit road. Patrick Pieper was the first one in on this cycle. Oh! That looks a little loose on cold tires. Colby Whipple right behind. Cody Kennedy not far back. Swafford is in. Tyler Ott is in. And Kirk Marble should cycle back to the lead with Clay Kirchenbauer 2 seconds back. Patrick Pieper in third, Whipple in fourth, Kennedy in fifth. We'll see how things shake out once Swafford and Ott are off pit road. They are both on their way out now. Jacob Morgan coming by to take sixth. Swafford currently scored in seventh, Ott in eighth. Aaron Brill in ninth, closing in. Blakey Pooh in 10th, Mike Brown in 11th. Dustin Slover in 12th, and Ryan McDaniel in 13th. DJ Kenner is in for his scheduled stop this time, hoping he does not get a penalty. Brian Hewitt back in 15th. Hewitt also pitted early on lap 62. Clay Kirchenbauer is starting to close the gap on Kirk Marble just a little bit. Patrick Pieper in 13th, one of the first ones on pit road as Colby Whipple on the attack. Colby Whipple now taking third. Cody Kennedy starting to close that gap as well. Jacob Morgan closing in, but starting to see a lot more of a spread between the cars, at least in the early part of the run. Swafford sitting in 7th, right on Morgan's back bumper. Ott back in 8th, Aaron Brill in 9th, Mike Brown in 10th, Blakey Pooh back to 11th. Blake was one of the favorites coming into tonight. He is surprisingly struggling. Clay gained a lot of ground on Kirk a few moments ago, but has now dropped back to 2 seconds behind Kirk Marble. Whoa! I don't believe Kirk got into the wall. Think he might have been a hair on the loose side coming off of turn 2. Track temperature is holding about where they practiced. Practice temps were 103, current track temperature 104. Could be the amount of rubber being laid down with iRacing's new oval system in place. You can see the track changing a lot, and you notice the change in the track a lot more as the race goes on, as rubber builds up on the track. Be interesting to see how a endurance race goes now if rain cleans the track back off. Hopefully tomorrow we will be in car tomorrow afternoon, hopefully doing a little rain testing ourselves. Cody Kennedy is now moved up into 4th place, right behind Colby Whipple, Justin Swafford in 5th. Pieper fading again. Jacob Morgan closing in 7th. Mike Brown back in 8th. Blake has fired her back up. He is back up to 9th and closing the gap on 8th place, Mike Brown. Clay Kirchenbauer continues to gain a couple of tenths of a second over the course of a couple laps and then loses it. A back and forth game with Kirk Marble may come down to who conserves their tires the best in that last run. Colby Whipple, Cody Kennedy, Justin Swafford, 3rd, 4th, and 5th battling it out. Pieper losing ground. Jacob Morgan gaining ground. Cody Kennedy looks to the bottom. He wants 3rd. Swafford gonna move down. They're gonna go 3 wide. Out of turn 4, 3 wide. Swafford has the nose ahead. Off into turn 1, Swofsky back to 3rd. Cody Kennedy still up 10 spots into 4th. Colby Whipple up 5 spots into 5th. DJ Kenner still trying to get himself back to the lead lap. Still scored 2 laps down, but has now moved up into 14th and is in the lucky dog position. Brian Hewitt appeared to have spent an extended amount of time on pit road. Again, last pit stop, likely still trying to get that car repaired after hitting the pit road wall. Patrick Pieper is back in, and this is definitely early. He cannot go the distance from here. Kirk Marble has extended his lead now to 2.6 seconds. Swafford back in 3rd is faster than the top 2. Remember, he stayed out 3 laps more than Kirk Marble, 4 laps more than Clay Kirchenbauer. He is gaining on the top 2, but he is 8.5 seconds behind Clay at the moment. Patrick Pieper still sitting on pit road. I'm guessing he scraped the wall and had some problems. Pieper on his way back out, but he lost a lot of ground here. DJ Kenner quickly gaining on him. Justin Swafford on third, in third, on the freshest tires on track, has pulled a little bit of a gap on Cody Kennedy and Colby Whipple. Jacob Morgan still closing in on Whipple. Dustin Slover is in. I'm guessing some of these pit stops we're seeing right now are drivers that under that lap 8 caution did not take tires. They had a fuel-only stop. And are therefore taking that extra set of tires to see if they can make up some ground on track. Obviously, Pieper on pit road much longer than expected. Dustin Slover was not. Dustin already back out. 4 tires and fuel. Currently in 12th. And that guy now up to 11th. And he is gaining ground on 10th place, Tyler Ott. Clay Kirchenbauer is gaining ground on Kirk Marble quickly. Now less than a second behind. Top 2 coming into lap traffic, and they will be very, very close together when they get there. Justin Swafford back in third, still 8.1 seconds back. Cody Kennedy right there with him. Colby Whipple losing touch with that group. Jacob Morgan closing in on Whipple, and Mike Brown back in 7th. Blakey Poo now up to 8th and closing the gap on Brown. Aaron Brill now up to 9th, closing in on Blake. Tyler Ott back in 10th. Looking to see if Tyler Ott may have had a problem a moment ago. Does not appear that he did, just has slowed down quite a bit. Colby Whipple now on pit road. Kirk Marble out front trying to navigate lap traffic, is allowing Clay to close back in just a little bit. Swafford and Kennedy still third and fourth. Does look like this is the start of regular pit stops. Remember, Justin Swafford was the last driver on pit road last time. He and Tyler Ott hit pit road on lap 67, so likely they will be able to stay out till about lap 95, maybe more. That may mean Swafford and Ott only need one more stop. Everybody else will need at least a splash. It would be a bit of a stretch for Swafford to pull it off. Would be 30 laps from there, but he might be able to do it. And if Swafford and Ott can extend, they will walk away with the top two spots, not having to make that final stop. Clay Kirchenbauer ran down that 2-second gap, now down to 1 second to the leader. Has not been able to get much closer than 1 second. Ryan McDaniel giving up 10th. He is in. Brian Hewitt also on pit road. Colby Whipple currently running in 10th is the highest running car that has completed his stop. And Clay Kirchenbauer is on pit road. Boy, if you're in that 92 car right now, or the 8 of Tyler Ott, you're conserving every bit of fuel you can. Kirk Marble gives up the lead. He is in. Cody Kennedy, Jacob Morgan also on pit road. Mike Brown is still out. Aaron Brill, Blakey Pooh, and Tyler Ott, your current top 5. Mike Brown has also been stretching his fuel. Last time he was in at lap 66. Still may end up coming up short depending on how much he can conserve here. Aaron Brill and Blakey Pooh are on pit road. Mike Brown able to stay out. Tyler Ott now up into third, stretching his fuel window. Kirk Marble back out on track, out front of the cars that have completed their stops. He sits in fourth, Clay Kirchenbauer in fifth. Clay closer than he's been in a while, 0.7 of a second behind Marble. And closing quickly. Mike Brown is on pit road. Oh, Mike having some problems getting to pit road. See if we can take a look what happened to Mike on pit road entry. Drivers coming off the banking, trying to get everything they can headed to pit road. Oh, he locked up the brakes to get down to pit road speed, and it just got a little squirrely on him. Swavsky back down the back straightaway. Tyler Ott now to second. Does he come in this time, or does he stretch it one more time? No, it does look like Swafford is headed to pit road. It is going to be close, but I think Swafford and Ott can do this race without another pit stop. Tyler Ott is staying out another lap. Does he have the fuel? Kirk Marble now cycling back up into second place. But look who has found Marble's back bumper. Clay Kirchenbauer has caught him. Tyler Ott gives up the lead. He is coming in. He can definitely make it on fuel from here. Justin Swafford came back off pit road in seventh. Right behind sixth place, Jacob Morgan. Remember, the drivers can go about 28 to 30 laps on a tank of fuel, with most of these drivers pitting around lap 90, 91. Only a handful of them made it over 95. Patrick Pieper is back in. This might be his final stop. DJ Kenner also in. And it looks like Pieper might be fuel only. No, he's got 4 tires and fuel. This will be Pieper's final stop. Kirk Marble out front. Clay Kirchenbauer just behind. 11th place, Tyler Ott shoots to the high side. He has the fresher tires here. And he has the fuel to make it to the end. Justin Swafford stopped 1 lap before. It's going to be close. Looks like a large number of the drivers could go 29. laps on a tank. Most of them going 27 on that last run, but Justin Swafford, 30, 29, 29. He knows he can go the distance. Clay Kirchenbauer sitting 0.8 of a second behind Kirk Marble. Cody Kennedy in third, 12.5 seconds back. Whipple in fourth. Swafford now up to fifth. Jacob Morgan in sixth. Mike Brown in seventh, battling with Blakey Poo in eighth. Aaron Brill back in ninth. Dustin Slover currently running in 10th. Tyler Ott in 11th. That guy has continued to make his way forward all night. Now up into 12th. Patrick Pieper in 13th. The Iceman in 14th. Brian Hewitt has 15th. Dustin Slover in for his final stop. Clay Kirchenbauer still lurking, about 0.8 of a second back. Swafford and Ott can go the distance. Dustin Slover, Patrick Pieper, DJ Kenner have completed their final stops. The only other driver I see that might potentially be able to go the distance would be Mike Brown back in 8th, but that would mean a 31 lap run. The longest run we've seen out of anybody tonight is 30 laps done by Swafford. Clay Kirchenbauer keeping Kirk within striking distance. Cody Kennedy sitting in third as Justin Swafford in fourth, closing in. Colby Whipple just behind Swafsky in fifth. Ryan McDaniel is on pit road, his final stop. Brian Hewitt in for his final stop. "20 laps to go. Will it be one of the top two, the fastest cars out on the track tonight, or will it be Justin Swafford or Tyler Ott? Both drivers playing the fuel game to perfection. "19 laps to go. A lot could still happen. It is impressive that Swafford and Ott are still running some of the fastest laps out on track despite having to conserve the fuel that they have all night long. Colby Whipple was staying right in Swafford's bumper, has lost some ground now. And Cody Kennedy, who currently sits in third, has Swafford gaining ground quickly. Colby Whipple in for his stop. Anybody at home have any bold predictions here? Hey, thanks, Steve. After 3.5 years, I can tell you, Steve, I'm still learning every single day. I still watch somebody else's broadcast a couple times a week, and I still enjoy doing it. Jacob Morgan on pit road. Here we go. Kirk Marble gives up the lead. Clay Kirchenbauer staying out. We have known in the past Clay Kirchenbauer to stretch fuel, but it would be a 35-lap run. It's just not possible. Cody Kennedy has gone to pit road as well. Cody Kennedy has had a problem getting on pit road. Cody ducks it in. We saw the same thing earlier on. Locks up the brakes and just slides it around. Clay Kirchenbauer has given up the lead. He is on pit road. "15 laps to go." Swafford has retaken the lead. Blake Viken in second. Mike Brown third. Kirk Marble back out on track in fourth. Tyler Ott in fifth. Now here's an interesting thought. Kirk Marble back out on track, back in fourth place. He is 15.8 seconds behind Justin on I stand corrected, on fresh right side tires. Clay Kirchenbauer took 4 fresh tires, back in 6th place. Blake will likely still need to stop. Mike Brown likely will need to stop as well, but put a little asterisk next to Mike Brown, not 100% sure on that. And Kirk Marble is on the attack. He is right to Brown's back bumper, looking underneath down the front stretch. Patrick Pieper has managed to work himself back into the top 10. That is an impressive comeback. Kirk Marble has now moved into second place. He is 13 seconds behind Swafford. Tyler Ott has now moved up into 5th place, and last time by he was faster than Mike Brown and Blake Viken, both of which are question marks on needing a final stop. Remember, Kirk Marble took right sides only. He's got a lot of speed here at the moment with fresh rights, but will they last? Give him enough speed to close the gap on Swafford. Blakey Pooh is on pit road. Kirk Marble 11 seconds back. He's gained about a second a lap on the leader since coming off pit road. Mike Brown now to third. Tyler Ott now to fourth. Ott is closing the gap. Clay Kirchenbauer in fifth. Clay on 4 fresh tires. He is closing in on everybody ahead. Swafford's lead continuing to shrink, now 10 seconds. Clay Kirchenbauer 2 seconds behind Tyler Ott, 4 seconds behind Mike Brown, closing rapidly. Justin Swafford's lead continuing to shrink, now 9 seconds. But Marble is going to have to come through some lap traffic as well. Swafford, at least for the moment, has some clean air. At this rate, Kirk Marble will catch up to Swafford. When he gets there, will he have enough tire left to make the pass? Kirchenbauer right to Tyler Ott's bumper. Newbie, message me later about what you're doing. Kirchenbauer to the back bumper on Ott, just 2 seconds behind Mike Brown in third. Kirk Marble now less than 7 seconds behind Swafford. Swafford is conserving fuel. He was completely out of the gas through 1 and 2. We knew he'd be close. Let's see if he's out of the gas through 3 and 4. He is clutching into the turns. He's conserving. It's going to be close. This is going to be incredibly close. Kirk Marble now just 5.7 seconds behind the leader. But the leader is clutching to conserve fuel. Clay Kirchenbauer is now in fourth, has caught Mike Brown. 5 laps to go. Clay Kirchenbauer on the bottom under Mike Brown. He takes third, sets his sights on Kirk Marble and Justin Swafford, but Kirk 10 seconds ahead and 4 laps to go. Man, what a run this will be for Clay Kirchenbauer, just getting back up here into third. Swafford's lead continuing to shrink, now 4.5 seconds. Kirk Marble continuing to close the gap. 3 laps to go. Inside Kirk Marble's car, I bet you he ain't clutching at any point. He is not. He is full send. Two laps to go for Justin Swafford. Is he still clutching? He is not. Swafford no longer conserving any fuel. Kirk Marble 2.5 seconds back. Swafford let Blake V can get by. In. Crosses the line. White flag is in the air. One more time around for Justin Swafford. He's got a 2.5 second lead that is closing rapidly. Does he have enough fuel? If he makes it across the start-finish line, this will be an impressive strategy move. Mike Brown has gone to pit road. Out of turn 4, Swafford is going to do it. He will win at Michigan. Kirk Marble, one heck of a late race charge to finish second. Clay Kirchenbauer, an impressive run to pull back up into third. That guy did have a consistent finish coming home in 13. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with Clay. Clay, that last run was quite a show you were putting on.
Man, Doug, you know that saying where they say keep putting yourself into position and eventually you'll win one?
Yeah, it's crap.
It's complete garbage. It's not true, and I'm living proof of that. I'm getting real tired of talking to you this early.
Well, I am also living proof of that, but man, still an impressive run. Honestly, had circumstances been just a hair different, you would have had this one. You definitely had the speed. You ran Kirk down multiple times, just did not go your way at the end.
Yeah, Kirk ran a really great race there too. He was beating me on in and out laps, and I don't know what I could have done different except practice a lot more. I mean, I was props to him for doing that. And then, I thought about doing fuel save mode, but I've tried it about 5 times in this league, and there is always a yellow. I just don't have that kind of luck. So, congrats to Justin. He did a great job, but I'm, third. This is what 6 straight podiums and my 5th one at Michigan without a win. So,
well, on the upside, you will extend your points lead. Richie out early. Whipple coming home in 5th. Root out, not here tonight. Pieper having problems. You're really going to end up with a great points lead here.
Yeah, it's good. It's good night, but I wanted that trophy. But good job, everybody. Good job on the race.
Great job, bud.
Thank you.
Clay Kirchenbauer, podium finish, but not what he wanted. Kirk, 2nd place, but man, I didn't know how this was going to come out to the last lap.
Man, he outfoxed us, didn't he?
He really did, but man, your run from lap 109, when you came off pit road, you were knocking off a second a lap for a while. And it looked like, am I correct, that you took rights only?
Yep, that was right sides only. I thought I was going to catch him, but he was saving just enough to have just enough time to beat me at the end there.
I can tell you he was clutching until 2 to go. He was clutching in the turns. We rode along with him. And, man, it came down to that last lap, that last 2 laps. He finally cranked her back up, and you were still gaining ground on him. It was going to be close.
I just needed a few more laps.
Man, great job tonight. Heck of a comeback. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Kirk Marble comes home in second, but you heard him say it. Swarovski outfoxed them all. Swafford, that was impressive. The fuel saving was impressive. And the speed you still had while fuel saving was impressive.
Yeah, I was really counting down the laps there, watching Kirk get closer and closer. I was so scared. I'm sitting here sweating, holding in clutch, letting out early, trying to do everything I can.
We rode along with you, and yeah, we caught you clutching, going through the turns, trying to conserve fuel. We knew it was going to be close because you were right there on the cusp of what we could do. We looked at your stops. You went 30, 29, 29 on a tank of fuel, and then that last run.
Yeah, I knew ultimately when it usually comes down to Michigan, it comes down to fuel mileage. So this race, I kind of approached it a little different. Usually, I kind of go out there and try and be out front, lead as much as I can. But I just kind of just ran my race, tried to save as much fuel as I can, and thank God it worked out at the end.
It definitely did. Back in victory lane and an awesome points night here as well. That's going to bump you up much closer to the playoffs now.
Oh, we love it. Always love winning at the home track.
Well, you know, Ryan's from Michigan too. I'm not sure you heard that.
Really, I could not tell that.
Didn't think you could. I thought it was worthwhile to remind you.
I heard he's from Ohio. We don't like Ohioans.
You'll have to check with him. I don't know. Man, great job tonight. One heck of a run, Swafford.
Thank you, Doug. Thanks for broadcasting.
Justin Swafford in victory lane. That was, wow, what a run to the end there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, Home Motorsports, and we will be trucking right after that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, folks.